Now, I don't think I have felt like a boss as much as I do right now after playing Batman Arkham VR. Like, you feel you are the Bat. No, you don't feel. You are the Bat. And there is no cooler feeling when you don that cowl and become the feared Batman.
Sequence initiated. Biometric signature required. Batsuit version 7.43. Ready for deployment.
Now, I was curious how they're going to have you move around. If you're going to be able to just use a stick and run and just kind of look around, but nah, the way they ended up going about it, if you're using the move controllers, you just click the middle button and you can only click on certain spots and you'll just kind of teleport there. I don't have an issue with that. The game was only $20, so for about an hour of gameplay for $20, it's starting to push the limit when it's just an hour, but they did add some extras in there that I'll talk about later. But I don't know, it was okay. I guess if you're going to use the clicker button to maneuver where you're going to go, maybe at least put some animations in there so it just doesn't seem like it just goes black and you're there. And for those of you that were maybe just hoping to be able to finally just knock Joker right in the jaw, unfortunately it's not going to be this game. I don't think VR is there yet. It will be. I have no doubt it will be. My hope is that one day we'll be able to just run across the landscape, maybe with a controller, just use the stick and then be able to just see everything as we go. Maybe something like that. I mean, my dream is an open world RPG in VR. Long way off, I know, and possibly not capable by consoles. I really don't know. I don't know how powerful of a system you would actually need to do that. But I know whenever I was in the Batcave and you could see relics of old enemies that you fought and pick them up, and it was just really cool. I picked up Ra's al Ghul's sword and it just, it kind of made me want to play Skyrim, but it gave me hope for the future.
Al Ghul emerged as the mastermind behind Arkham City and the plot to kill its inmates, known as Protocol 10. When confronted, Raish killed himself with his own sword. His body went missing and was never recovered. After Batman used the antidote on himself, the Joker attacked him and destroyed the remaining serum. The Joker succumbed to his illness and died, prompting Harley Quinn to seek violent retribution.
So if you were hoping for the combat, I'm sorry, it's not really there, at least on your side of it. Now, you do get to see some combat sequences, which is really, really cool whenever you're wearing that headset and seeing it in virtual reality. That's the only way you're really going to understand how cool it looks. Watching a video is not going to do it. It's just not going to work like that. But this game is more investigative, which I thought was actually kind of nice, because Batman kind of is a detective first and foremost. He don't have superpowers just to go bust through everything. He has to use his brain, his smarts, and figure it out, and it kind of held true to what Batman really is. even though there's no combat, there was something really fun that I enjoyed doing. You got to use your batarang and throw it at targets. And yeah, all you had to do was throw it in the general direction, but you still felt like a bad dude while doing that. It gave, even though it was something so simple, it gave such a fascinating and fulfilling feeling.
Good shot, sir. A new personal best, Master Bruce. Congratulations.
And I loved the story in this game. It's just unique. I'm not a huge Batman follower, so I don't know if this is actually canon or not. If it is, you're probably gonna know the story, of course. But if it's not, it's something that I didn't really expect. But once I went through the story and seeing the ending, it's there in front of you the whole time if you're actually just using your brain, which clearly I was not. I think the VR scrambles your brain, but that's a conversation for another day. It's actually there in front of you. The story is, which I couldn't believe. I felt like an idiot, to be completely honest.
I'm glad we had this chat.
Please don't hurt me!
I know you're scared.
And I loved the interactivity in this game. Just being able to pick this up, put this in your arm, draw the blood, throw it in the container, just using your scientific Batman equipment. It was all just really cool and satisfying.
Sample analysis. Infected with the Joker's contaminated blood.
If just one of them had failed to report in, I wouldn't be so concerned. But both?
And graphically, this game seemed to be average to me. Not like if you're used to just playing on PC, Xbox, PS4, and you're a big graphics person, you're probably not going to think they're very good. But I've played the majority of the VR games that came out for PlayStation so far, so I have a good idea of what they can really do with it as of right now. And they're average, you know. For what I've seen, they're average. They're kind of what the majority, where the majority are at. But it's still fascinating. I think the VR in itself is more fascinating. Like the graphics don't mean as much to me when I'm sitting there in freaking Gotham on a ledge looking down like, holy crap, there's a city 300 feet down below. But what I thought was really cool that they did, if you beat the story, the game's not necessarily over. An old nemesis comes back. You get to... Actually, no, I'm going to hold off on that. I don't want you to know who it is. But you get little... Well, you're going to know if I say this, but you get little puzzles that you can find in the game world that are in hidden locations, put them together, and then you'll get unlocks. So you get like bios on Penguin and other characters, unlock vehicles, and things like that.
To secure the Dark Knight's participation, calibrating diagnostics. Please scan target.
Careful! You can't afford to burn through brain cells so quickly! At this rate, the only tasks left to you will be using cutlery and reading young adult dystopian fiction.
And speaking of vehicles, I went absolutely bonkers the first time I seen the Batmobile.
Selected. Battle mode engaged. Navigation coordinates.
And something I really liked was that the dev team actually, didn't make this game just for people to stand up and play. They give you the option to choose the sit-down experience too, which I think is very, very important because not everyone has the ability to do that. And it's something so simple to accommodate. So I commend you for that. Thank you.
During seated play, you can turn 180 degrees at any viewing behind player position. Return to viewing forwards by using the motion controller. Press the move calibration complete. Recalibrate at any time by holding the
Now, I just want to give you a heads up about this. It has nothing to do with what I was talking about, but I had found a relic in the previous level, and I carried it the whole way because I didn't know what to do with it. I thought maybe if I carried it till the end of the level, I would collect it. Well, this is what ended up resulting afterwards. The game completely broke, and I wasn't able to finish. I had to start the whole level over again, so just wanted to point that out.
But now it's up to you guys. You need to make that decision if you want to don the cow and become the bat, or if you think maybe you're going to hold off and maybe spend some money somewhere else. That's completely up to you. It's just me personally, I enjoyed the game. I love VR. I think it's a lot of fun. It does make me sick and feel weird sometimes, but I will get into that a little bit when I actually come out with the PS VR review. So, again, it's up to you guys. I loved it, and I love you stopping in here, and I appreciate it. So you guys take care, you have a good week, and always remember, game with grace.